Welcome to the Market Roundup, Maverick Traders. This is Rob Reinhold. Let's jump into it. It is a Monday. Let's go. In this session, we're going to talk about the news of the day. There wasn't a ton of news compared to what we've seen lately. We're going to see what's moving in the sectors, and I've got some trades for you, one bull, two bears.
Disclaimer. This video was created for professional stock and option traders. Maverick Trading is a proprietary trading firm that employs professional traders around the world. Our traders trade firm capital and keep 70 to 80% of profits they generate. All trades and analysis in this video are for professional traders only. If you are interested in becoming a professional trader for Maverick, click the apply button in the video description. Let's break down what happened today.
Over the weekend, we've got some pretty big news. Let's go back to where we were on Friday. After the market closed on Friday, President Trump announced that Iran had 48 hours to open up the Strait of Hormuz, or the United States was going to destroy all of their power and utility plants. That left the market worried over the weekend. The things that we can track over the weekend, things like crypto, they sold off about 2 or 3%. And when we opened on Sunday, we opened down about 1%. And we stayed right around that negative 1%. And then the news came out that President Trump says, okay, we're not going to strike within 48 hours. We're going to give you a week to negotiate. And allegedly, the United States is negotiating with Iran at this point. There have been some reports from Iran that there are no negotiations happening, but the market tended to believe them today. The market was up, but we were off of our highs pretty substantially. The Dow and the Nasdaq were both up 1.38%, but you can see that RSP, it lagged quite a bit. The Russell had a nice day, but the real story was gold continues its heavy sell-off, and oil with the big reversal all the way down back into the low 90s or high 80s. So this commodity sector really had a big turnaround. If we take a look at our market internals, you can see that there was 3 stocks for every 4 down, but we still have a ton of stocks under that 50-day moving average, 73%. That's a pretty extreme reading. It's not like crazy extreme, but we're getting to the edges of extreme readings where we would start to think, okay, there might be a reversal coming. Let's jump into the charts because I don't want to do any more projection on that. We take a look at today's candle, and today's candle specifically, not a great one. If you were looking to be a bull in this market, this is not a great candle. If you're a bear in this market, you love this candle. At one point, we had rallied all the way up, and then by the end of the day, we had fallen all the way back down and closed near our lows on the RSP. The S&P and the Nasdaq did better because the larger cap tech stocks had a little bit larger gains than everything else. But same story. Even the Qs ran up all the way up to 595. By the end of the day, reversed down to 588. That is not a bullish candle. That's not a great looking candle. And you can see we ran our head right into that overhead resistance and it hit. We take a look at the heat map. As I mentioned, we had the larger gains in the Teslas and the Amazons, the Metas that really helped out the S&P and the Qs. But for the most part, it was a mild up day. Did anything change on the charts? Nothing. Nothing changed on the charts. And frankly, today's candle is not a good candle if you wanted to be bullish this market. I'm not saying that we're in a huge bear market and we're going to fall here, but not a great candle telling you that people are still looking to sell, not buy in this current market. So that means I'm going to stay leaning to the short side. We talked about this over the weekend in the trading room, talked about how we want to be still bearish, but not too bearish. We're getting into these extreme measures where we don't want to go too far all in. We'd rather let a rally get us in. And this morning was actually a pretty decent point to enter in some new bears, but we'll have to take a look and see what happens over this week. On the bullish side, I've got LUNR, Intuitive Machine. This is one of the aerospace companies that is designed in space travel. And I think they actually make machines for the moon. And you can see that this is breaking out nicely. Great little rising wedge here. Yes, we have some overhead resistance at 22 and 23. This is a bearish market, so I do not want to be too bullish on my bulls. This is a volatile stock. This thing moved 13% today, and you can see Pretty much every day this thing moves 10%. We like to trade these through the use of a vertical spread. It cuts the risk down substantially. I'm looking like a 2021 bull call spread. Let's not even mess with this big overhead resistance up in here. Let's just play this pretty much where it is up to 21. On the bear side, we've got Reddit. Now, Reddit had a big fall back in January, February. You can see we've just based since then. The base is 130 up to roughly 150. So 130 to 150. I like to play things in bases on the short and the long side because eventually this is likely to break down. That's what low bases say. I like to get short at the top range of this base. Right here, we're at 141. We got up to about 144 today. Anywhere up in here, I think it's just a great place to get in a mildly bearish position. I would be looking at something like a 150, 140 bear put spread. Again, if it gets up into this 146 area, I'd love to open up a 150, 140 bear put spread. I think that looks nice. You still can get short right here. You'll just need to do a different combination and maybe sit through a little bit of pain if it hikes up a little bit more. But this thing looks like it wants to stay in this base and eventually break a little bit lower. And speaking of stocks in low bases that are breaking lower, we have American Eagle, AEO, and you can see ugly candle. We gapped up here. We close at the low, right at that support line. I don't see any reason why this thing holds on here. I'm looking to trade down to 16. I'm looking to do a 17-16 bear put spread. You could do an 18-16. You could do an 18-17. However you want to structure it. You can get more bearish than this, but you got to give it more time. This one looks like it is doing its march of death where it just keeps going down and down, basing, maybe having some rallies. They get sold off. Looks like this thing is headed down to the maybe $11, $12 area, but I'm only looking to play it to the 16. Let's talk about tomorrow. This is a market that is day to day. We had a good day today on the upside. We could have a bad day on the downside based on whatever President Trump tweets or puts out on Truth Social. It could turn this whole thing around in a second. We've been talking with our traders for the last month or so saying, hey, if this is not the market you like, high volatility, no real clear trend, but lots of choppiness, if it's not the market you like, don't trade it. Don't trade it. Sit on the sideline. Just wait. Just wait. It's a crazy market, and you've got to be playing the right trades to make sure that you can stay in and not get stopped out. Really, there's no economic reports, no earnings of any importance. So tomorrow is just going to be another day that whatever the headline is going to affect what happens. Bye, everybody.